the spirit of giving, the most wonderful time of the year, the real reason for the season, winter solstice. It's Blue Fan, peace and blessings. This is Derek Raccoon Morning. This is I had to give that little cheesy intro because prior to becoming a little bit more aware of winter solstice, I was one of those individuals. I didn't like this season. I'll be quite honest with you. I literally hated it. Okay. Something didn't sit right with me when I was a kid, when I was younger, like all kids, I like to get, gift and all that kind of stuff. But because my family, I told you before, my family was very religious. My mom used to go ahead and she used to do some things like, and I always found a lot of other people did this. So, I'm not, ridiculing her or blowing her up or anything. But I just used to always find it kind of crazy how this would happen. It's like, for instance, my mom would go ahead and it's like, I need some, maybe I need a coat. She wait till the 25th to give me the coat. And I'm like, I need the coat. I'm not going to sit up here, she would do that all the time. You get some, you got some clothes and stuff. Oh, we're going to wait till the 25th to get it because that's part of your gift. And I'm like, huh? So there was a lot of things. There was a few things I didn't like about the whole season. I didn't like the fact that people were fake, they all put on this whole smiley face thing to make it seem like they were all about things, all about your happiness and your well-being. As soon as the 25th is over, or as soon as the 1st of January came, then they go about their business, So there was a few things that I didn't like about it. But whatever the case, I'm not trying to go ahead and deal with that because, like I said, now that I actually learned about what winter solstice was about and why this season is the season, the spirit of giving and the most wonderful time of the year. After I learned the truth of this and how to actually ritualize it, got that from my spirits or so, then became, boy, I'm loving it, okay? Loving it and enjoy putting up this tree of life back here. I refuse to call it the other name, but that's what it is. Enjoy this, okay? Now, again, for those of you who are new to this, they bastardize our stuff, okay? They bastardize all our stuff. So that's the reason why, again, I refuse to call it that other word. That being said, if you're new to this, okay, the tree of life back here, it symbolizes your spirits. If you're not comfortable with the word spirits or so, you can call it the universe, all right? But I prefer to call it the spirits. I'm speaking from a Kemetic, shamanic perspective, so that's the reason why I'm saying that, all right? The star up there at the top, that's the Ra, okay? That's that Ra energy. So when you go ahead and you put that symbol together, basically what you have, those two symbols together, you have Ra going ahead and blessing, Ra's blessings, okay? Coming through and going through the tree of life and blessing everything. And who's at the end? Who's at the bottom of that tree? Who's at the bottom of that physical manifestation? Okay, here's my all set. I just got my all set. Yeah, it's the nativity scene for those of you who are in, still part of that old tradition, but it's all set. And my all set, she just came in. I'm kind of liking her, she's growing on me and everything, but she symbolizes our wants. She symbolizes us, okay? Remember, all set was going through it. After she went ahead and she found the body of Osir and was impregnated by him, she was like, hey, I gotta go give birth. I'm gonna give birth to Haru. I'm gonna give birth to an heir. All right. So all set, symbolizing us, symbolizing what we want in the coming year. Okay. So right now, I would show you everything, but I'm waiting. I just set this up because I'm waiting for I wanted to surprise my daughter. And also, my wife put the fabric somewhere, so there's a fabric that we place up under there, up under the tree of life, and we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, put Set there, and for a minute, for the most part, Set's gonna be rocking it by herself, and in the meantime, while that's going on, what you want to do, if you want to ritualize, we're going to be writing down what we want for the coming year. We're going to be writing down, hey, these are the things I want. This is the things I want. Spirits, these are the things I want in the universe. Okay? And then on the day of solstice, we're going to place, that's when the little baby Haru, or y'all call me baby something else. But anyway, that's where the baby Haru is going to be placed on. It's going to come out. Okay? That's when we take them out. All right? And after that, we'll keep the tree of life up, keep that up for a little bit. Because we also do Three Kings Day. Yeah, we rock Three Kings Day because we know that the Three Kings is nothing but Mpu. All right, so we got some stuff for that as well. Okay, so anyway, that's basically the ritual in a nutshell. Real simple. In regards to what you should be asking for, you can ask for anything. You can ask the universe, the spirits, for anything. Okay, you got to be prepared to go ahead and put forth that effort. Okay, because they ain't gonna just drop it in your lap, but you can go ahead, you can ask for anything. And as long as you're prepared to go ahead and work for it, you got it. All right. Now, here's the thing. Here's my thing. And this is based upon my personal preference. And again, coming from a shamanic perspective, I don't recommend people go ahead and ask to be more spiritual. Okay. I don't recommend that. It's been in my history. Every time I ask to be more spiritual, bless me to be more spiritual, I always get a whole bunch of freaking problems and that put me in situations where I got to be spiritual. Okay? I don't do that no more. I mean, I don't need that. I mean, and like I said, if you want to rock that way, if you want to do it that way and all that kind of stuff, by all means. But I'm just letting you know, from my personal experience, every time I go ahead and say, hey, I want to be more spiritual, I'm put in a situation where I got to really, really, really be more spiritual. Okay? And the reason why I don't recommend it is because when I was asking to be more spiritual, I really didn't understand that spirituality was all about checking my ego. So it was like a crash course for, it was like a crash course for dummies, basically, because it was like you put in a situation and it's like, oh, you got to bite your tongue. Oh, you got to suck it in. Oh, you got to. And I was like, oh, I mean, it was hard work. I mean, it worked, but it was, good gosh. So I go ahead and I take a more, like I said, the old school perspective, in which is, back in the day, before everybody became all quote unquote enlightened and all, enamored by this whole thing of this term spirituality, people used to go ahead back in the day, before, westernization of things, people used to go ahead and have materialistic goals because it was observable and it was measurable. Okay. And this is how you work your ego. This is the positive way of working your ego. All right. I've had people go ahead and they've asked me, had some family that went ahead and they've been, y'all been with me for a while. This is probably like maybe about 2 years, coming up on 2 years or so, maybe a little bit longer. I'm not sure. But this video, this channel has been going for a little bit, and some of you have noticed, hey, Raku, brother, you lost some weight. Well, part of the reason why I lost the weight is because this is one of the goals that I went ahead and I put forth. Now, I, like a lot of you, got into this whole Kemetic spirituality. I became health conscious and all that kind of stuff. I'm not like that anymore, but I went ahead and I became real health conscious. And I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't like I was, not conscious about health, or being my health or anything, my health and well-being. But there were some improvements. There were some improvements that I could have made. So as a result, I was like, I was one of those people that once you went ahead and got on a busy lifestyle, I didn't exercise. And that kind of beat me up, which is the reason why, again, I don't promote that whole healthy, all that kind of stuff, because people go in here and they take it to another route, But anyway, I would go ahead and, like I said, there was a time I used to go ahead and I would beat myself up because, I didn't exercise. Oh, I didn't do this. Oh my God, and, get on the scale. Oh my God, I'm so overweight. Oh, and I noticed when I kept doing that, it wasn't motivating my ego. It wasn't motivating me to do the things that I wanted to do. Again, that's because I didn't understand spirituality. I didn't understand. I had quote unquote knowledge of self, but I didn't really have knowledge of self. Because the knowledge of self, part of knowledge of self is also recognizing how to go ahead and motivate your being. And it dawned on me and everything, and I realized, okay, let me go ahead and enroll in this martial arts class right here, okay? And that's basically how I ended up losing weight. Because some people were asking, some, families asking, hey, how did you lose weight and everything? But that's how I lost weight. I stopped focusing on being, I stopped focusing on being healthy. I stopped focusing on exercising because that doesn't motivate my ego. That didn't motivate my set to do anything. Instead, I started focusing on things that I want. So one of the things I want, I want to be able to go ahead and protect, defend myself and my family. Start focusing on that. I want to go ahead, I want to be able to fight, being in, situations. And this is not perfect situations or anything, but I want to be able to, like I said, fight and all that kind of stuff. And that became the motivation. And because of that becoming the motivation, I automatically went ahead and I started, I got real heavy into exercising. Okay? That's a measurable goal. The measurable goal, of course, is, like I said, it's the fact that you want to go ahead and you want to, it's the fact that I want to compete. I want to do the martial arts, the mixed martial arts and all that. That's the goal, okay? And because of having that goal, that carrot basically in front of me, my ego kicked in. My ego was like, oh, okay, I'm going to support you on this. And basically went ahead and started losing weight, okay? So this is the same idea. You want to go ahead and you want to have physical goals because they're more observable, they're more measurable. When you go ahead and you ask to be more spiritual, you can't really measure that, okay? And again, because you also can't measure it, it makes it kind of a challenge to even be able to actually do, okay? And to be able to observe when you're actually growing and when you're not. If I went ahead and I have a physical goal, okay, a measurable physical goal, I got a goal that my ego is focusing on. I'll go ahead and I'll adjust my spirituality and my development mainly because that's what I have to do in order to align myself with my goal. Okay, so that's the reason why people back in the day, like I said before, the whole westernization of everything, that's how people went ahead and they did things from a spiritual perspective. They went ahead and they would say, if I wanted to go ahead, I got to make more money and I'm going to make it the righteous way, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do what I have to do in order to make money the righteous way. The goal it wasn't focused on, I need to be more charitable, I need to be more this, or I need to be, understanding and all this other kind of stuff. That came with the territory because you went ahead and you're focused on what you have to do. Okay, you're focused on that measurable goal. Okay, hope that makes sense. All right. Okay, so anyway, basically, I didn't want to go ahead and turn this into one of those kind of sessions, but like I said, just wanted to go ahead and drop that line out, let you know Solstice is coming up. Like I say, go ahead, make have some fun with this. Okay, that's the whole purpose of us being here. This is the reason, part of the reason why we're here. We're here to learn. We're here to experience things. We're here to enjoy this physical life. That's part of the experience. Stop making this and stop listening to people trying to go ahead and make it seem like you're supposed to, walk around all dreary and all that kind of stuff. No, like I said, this is a wonderful time of the year. Okay? Trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, be fun with this. Oh, something that is coming to mind because people are asking, why are you doing this anyway? Well, it's because I got a kid. All right? And what better way to go ahead and tie my kid into our tradition? What better way of doing that? Okay. Remember, anytime you are, it always seems to be the norm that if you are a certain way, your kid's going to be almost like the direct opposite, so that you can grow from them. Okay. So, and what I mean by that is, my wife and I, we're not really all that holiday type of kid, holiday type of people. But my kid is all about the holiday. Okay. I mean, all about the holiday. So the way in which we want to decide, or the way we decided, hey, let's go ahead and, the way I decided and said, she got on board with this. Let's go ahead and let's make sure, if you're going to go ahead and you're going to be about this, we're going to show you the right way of doing this. I'm going to show you the right way of doing this. And this is it. Okay. And that's the whole purpose of doing that. All right. So anyway, just want to go ahead. First of all, thanks again for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you got any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to go ahead and drop me a line. Until next time, head to Pooh Fam. Peace.
Don't pretend it, baby.